Okay guys, so here I'm going to show you a little cue to help you activate the diaphragm. I'm going to have Vic put one hand on his belly button and one hand on his chest. I'm going to ask him to take a big breath in here. Okay, and we can see that this top hand is moving first, right? So what you want to do is make this hand move first. So he's going to go ahead and take a big breath in again. And then exhale, okay? So now we're getting that diaphragm to open up. Okay, I know some of you are thinking like, hey dumbass, the lungs take in the oxygen and blah, blah. But when the diaphragm opens up, that pressure actually is supposed to push the air into the lungs, and then that allows for better, your body to better carry the oxygen through the body, because we don't utilize all the oxygen we inhale, okay? So one thing to keep in mind when it comes to that bad posture, you know, chest forward, head protruded here, is that the phrenic nerve starts from your 3rd, 4th, and 5th cervical vertebrae. Okay, and then it goes down, and that nerve powers your diaphragm. So I'm going to have Vic just pop his head forward, chin up this way, yeah. So if you can imagine all this tension, but standing upright with gravity pulling it down, all that's going to be bad for the neck. Go ahead, rest it down now. And it's going to end up interfering with that nerve function of the phrenic nerve to your diaphragm. Alright, so you gotta be mindful of keeping the chest open, not breathing up and down through your lungs inside your ribs, right? You wanna be expanding your diaphragm. So now I'm gonna have Vic go face down here. And as I kind of described in one of my last videos on that posture, the diaphragm and the psoas share some insertion sites around lumbar vertebrae 2 and 3. Okay, and that's about this area right here. The other thing to keep in mind around this area is you have your QL that goes from the pelvic bone here up to your floating ribs. You got that diaphragm on the inside, the psoas even deeper to that. So when this area becomes kind of clumped up, that also is going to interfere with that phrenic nerve, your diaphragm functioning, hip pain, low back pain, because now the psoas, the diaphragm are stuck down this way in spinal flexion. And another common thing that I see in a lot of my clients here, especially on the lower right side, I kind of kid around and I tell them like, hey, you got that gangster lean to the right when you drive. It causes all of this area to bunch up, become really thick and ropey. And the more thick and ropey each side feels, that's usually a tell or a sign that tells you your diaphragm is not functioning properly. So even when you're here, if you can find a comfortable way to go face down, I'm going to have Vic breathe into my hands here. So big breath in, because your diaphragm's not just going to be into the belly button going forward. You actually want to completely expand your whole mid-core area. And for all my jiu-jitsu fans out there, you know, some of those Gracies get all crazy with that diaphragm movement. I'm not saying you have to get on that level, but I'm just saying all this should expand on your inhale during the diaphragm when you take a big breath in. And then when you exhale, then it just kind of releases. So that's just some things I wanted to point out with the relation between the phrenic nerve, bad posture in the neck, bad posture in your low back, or just sitting down in general. So be more mindful of that, activate your diaphragm, and let me know if you have any questions. All right.